Okay, I want to show you a couple of stand-ups from around the prison, but for now, let me show you some video. This is just video that I'm going to talk over. You can see outside the prison that has the chain link fence and the barbed wire at the top. I believe it's been decades since anyone has actually escaped this prison. When you drive up, you see this sign, the Pocatello Women's Correctional Center, on the outside of a brick building. This is one of the hallways that, when you think of a prison, you're probably going to think of something like this. That leads down to the dining room, and then you can see this is a cell that I'll walk through in just a second. I'll show you the glamorous life of a prisoner inside these cells. It reminded me a lot of Lori's cell in Arizona. You can see there's the toilet that's hooked to the sink, and there is some signs up in the hallways. There's a chapel, there's education, there's recreation, there's different units. Unit 2, go that way. Unit 5, Lori Vallows housed in Unit 3, and then Unit 4 is down the other way, along with medical, property, laundry. There is the laundry facility, and it's always going during the day. Inmates will run the laundry, will make sure that things get taken care of. They do get paid. We'll talk about that in a minute. There's the warden. There's Jessica Clement. I'm sorry, not Jessica. Janelle. Jessica Clements works for the Idaho Falls Police Department. That's why I get that confused. I was walking down the hall. Now, this is the outdoor rec area. I'm going to pause it here for a minute because, as you can see, it's a nice, big, grassy area with a view of the mountains. It's large. There's sprinklers on. There's some hoops. I don't know if there was a ball, but the women will go out and lie down on the grass, walk around the track, get some exercise. Some can go out a lot more than others. I guess it depends on the sentence. And if you're obviously in max security and you're a danger to others, you're not going to go out there. But if you're fine, if you're, being a good person, you can go out. Now, an interesting thing, they have a couple of gardens that the inmates keep up. This is a garden right out in front, and it produces produce. They actually will take the produce and use it in the dining room, in the cafeteria when they make the meals. And the inmates will take care of this garden. There's another one just across the way here that's more flowers right there. Or maybe I showed you them in reverse order. Anyway, there's 2 gardens. One has the flowers, one has the produce. This looks like it would be more of a produce type garden. There we go. And let me just close out. There we go. There's some other garden areas. And the view, you can see the view right up there from the top. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful location to look out and see the view. And especially when it snows, it's just a nice little area. So there's some video that we took inside the prison and outside with the gardens. And now I want to show you a couple of me explaining some of the areas in the prison. When the women are brought here to the correctional center, they're each issued their own set of gear, you could call it. And let me show you what's in it. They have a blanket, they have a laundry bag here with some socks. There's also a towel, some pajamas, there's a sheet. In addition, they get some shoes and toothpaste, things like that. And then they're labeled so that the laundry people can keep track and make sure that they end up with their own materials at the end of the day. All right, let me take you into one of the cells here in the prison. This is a different one. This is one of the very few single cells. Most of the cells throughout the facility have a double bed here, even a triple bed. You can see they're not very big. In a lot of the other cells, they'll also have a desk in this area, maybe a locker. Of course, there's the toilet with the sink, and then the faded, somewhat near piece of metal here. The inmates will be in cells just like this, and then they're able to go out into their pod and associate with other inmates who are here. Depending on the security level, they will go down to the cafeteria to get food. They're able to, talk with other inmates in the cafeteria, but most of the time they would be here in their cell with another inmate with them. Okay, we're here in the kitchen. All of the meals are freshly made here. The inmates are served breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For lunch, there's some bread, some ham salad. It looks like there's a cookie and a banana that they can take. And then for dinner tonight, it's lasagna. Freshly made here. The inmates put it all together, and in just a few minutes, they will be here to pick up their food and enjoy their meal.